It's believed that the horror genre in comic books officially started with Eerie in 1947, but yet there are some earlier, very cool horror-influenced comic book covers. I went hunting through thousands of covers during the World War II era, and I pulled out 24 that I think qualify. These are extremely cool covers, extremely rare, extremely expensive. Let's go through the ones I pulled out. Maybe you'll be able to let me know about some I missed. Let's start with Dynamic Comics number 8, and this was released in January 1944. Super cool cover. This one's been a hot collectible for a long time. Shadow Comics number 36 came out. Cover date March 1944. You're going to see lots of Shadow covers have sort of the skull skeleton type covers. I'll showcase a few of them. Suspense Comics number 3, April 1944 cover date. We've got the Nazi swastika cover, the girl being tortured, the KKK, one of the most classic covers of the Golden Age and also one of the most expensive. Blazing Comics, this is an interesting cover of number 1, cover date June 1944, man being strangled to death and a spooky silhouette at the bottom. Felix the Cat and the Haunted Castle number 46. You can see why I threw this one in for the general theme, even though, of course, this is not an actual horror comic. And that is released in May 1944. And these are all 10-cent comics. And keep in mind, these were all released during World War II. America's at war. And these books are all over 80 years old. Punch Comics number 9. A gruesome death cover here. Guys being killed 3 different ways on this classic cover from Dynamic Comics, July 1944 cover date. Terrific Comics number 5, September 1944 cover date. You can see she's about to be sliced open. It's a great classic torture cover, and again we got KKK on the cover. All American Comics. I think this is the only actual superhero book I put on the list. We've got Green Lantern here, Solomon Grundy, but still a very creepy cover. Shadow Comics number 43, another big 7 Skulls storyline, October 1944. Punch Comics number 11 is kind of an interesting vibe with the silhouettes and colors with the angry skull looking down. Jeep Comics number 1. This is from publisher R.B. Leftingwell, winter 1944, and they're driving through a haunted forest. Another classic cover, very valuable now. Punch Comics number 12, all the dead people inside the giant skull. Cover date January 1945. Cannonball Comics number 1 has an interesting, I guess this might be a superhero title, and he's punching the giant skull. This published by Rural Home, February 1945. Another classic cover, L.B. Cole artwork, Mass Comics number 1, February 1945. Bunch of interesting things. This is a really almost psychedelic flavored World War II era comic. Shadow Comics number 48, Street and Smith, March 1945. Haphazard Comics number 4. You can see he's pretending for Halloween, but there really are ghosts in the house. From Ace Comics, spring 1945. Punch Comics again with issue number 13, a giant skeleton hand dropping the woman into her grave, April 1945. Catman Comics number 28, kind of an interesting cover. This one also might be L.B. Cole, I'm not positive on that, from Hollyoak Comics. Frankenstein was turned into a comic book series. Of course, this is actually quite lighthearted stories, but I thought I'd throw it in. Frankenstein number 1 from Prize Comics. Suspense is back with issue number 8, another famous L.B. Cole cover, the giant spider on the cover. Shadow Comics, another skeleton cover, July 1945. Red Seal Comics number 14. Many don't know about this, from Dynamic Comics. Cover date October 1945. You can see that the woman is in bondage here. And I'm not sure if the guy's going to blow her up or something here on the cover. This is a rare one. Front Page Comic Book number 1. The woman has come out of her coffin to kill a man. So that's a pretty cool horror cover. 1945, this is from Harvey Comics, famous for doing kids comics. Shadow Comics number 56, a ghoulish guy at the top, November 1945. Classic Comics was publishing classic novels, and in issue number 26, they did an adaptation of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, December 1945 cover date. And Frankenstein number 2 ended 1945 with another interesting cover. Now, I may have missed some, so let me know in the comments if I did. Plus, keep in mind, there's lots of pulp comics from the 30s and 40s that have really cool horror, violence, and gothic kind of themes to the covers. So lots to collect out there. Not every comic is expensive, just the really major ones. Check out my other videos where I do talk about all the horror comics, 1946, moving on through the next decade.